All right, here we've got the 2019 Jeep Wrangler 4-door. So this is the JLU 6-speed manual, because that's how you're supposed to drive these things. Gonna change the oil today. Unlike other vehicles, there is no hood latch release. You go over here and you trust society deeply with just allowing you to have these two little buckles, and then yeah, no one mess with you, please, because that's all you got. So undo buckle each side. You probably already know that. Probably shouldn't waste time with that. Extender arm up top. That's where it's latched, unlike the bottom usually, and then it goes down to this spot right here. So, and it's a little dark, but 3.6 liter V6, very similar to the Dodge Durango, which I've owned in the past. You can see here, OW20 oil, and then here's your filter. Here's some of the tools of the trade over here that we'll be looking at. So to get the filter off, you will need the 5/16 crescent. 5/16. Okay. To get the drain plug from the bottom of the Jeep, you'll need I'm using a 13mm. It's probably not going to show up either. Cool. So 15/16 big guy for the oil plug. I'm sorry, for the oil filter, and then the plug itself 13mm. OW20 oil. You can see that this is Kirkland, aka Costco. There's a 2-pack of 5 quarts each. They say the Jeep takes 5 quarts. I've never done this before, so we're gonna go with that for now and see what happens. So it's got 2 oil changes in a box basically, and I think this box cost me, I want to say it cost $20. So yes, people are always anal about the oil filters, but theoretically you could get an oil change for $10, which is pretty sweet. Oil filter, this is the first oil change on the Jeep since I got it in November. I got just about 8,000 miles on it, which I'm sure people will be pissed off about in the comments, which is awesome. So there's a little better view of that. That's cool. So then you can see the filter. This is AutoZone. Kind of did the whole, like, what's the shittiest filter you got? What's the gold standard? What's the middle? There's the middle right there. FF11665. So that's what we're going to be using. Unlike the Durango, this thing in my other video, this thing's got quite a bit more clearance underneath it. So getting underneath it's much easier. No need for jacks. It does have the Goodrich all-terrain tires on it, the KO2s. I don't remember for the life of me how big these things are, 31 inches, 32 inches, something like that. So the Jeep's lifted up about another inch just because of the tires themselves. So needless to say, very easy to get underneath it. Quick view of that, bro. So that guy right there is what we'll be changing. Very close to the front of the car too, which is nice. Fuck that Jeep. Close to the front of the Jeep. And yeah, it'll be pretty easy. So yeah, we'll get some other shit ready and we'll get this thing underway. All right, so first up, the big boy. Get the oil filter off, showed right there. It's like that black plastic nut. Looks kind of strange. So that's gonna go right on there. Obviously, to tighten it or loosen it, and I will find some horrific view to give you. So, first oil change. Yeah, sweet. Definitely tightening it. Hell yeah. All right. So, what the shit is going on? Oh, back to tightening. This is one of the new features of, what the shit is going on with this thing? There we go. Also helps if you actually attach the extender all the way to it, so it's not just like free flowing. Lord. Promise it doesn't usually take this long. Oh my god. Alright. So I'll give you a look at what this thing looks like. It will be drippy, it will be hot if you've just driven, which is a good idea to loosen everything up, but it will be drippy. Take the old box is what I usually do. I'm sorry, the new box, and then do a little swap. And now you got yourself covered at least for a little bit while you get your other shit ready. Pretty. So I don't know if this is helpful or not. This thing's hot as shit, so thought I'd also show you. So what I take is the box. Oh yeah, get some good drippage on the garage floor. Your wife will love it. Take the box, take the top of the filter and pull it. That's obviously what you're gonna be saving. This is the old guy. You can see how old it looks, and it is just a couple degrees cooler than volcanic ash. So yeah, that's hot as shit. So we're just gonna leave that in there. That'll be a little present for the old landfill or something. So that's how I get that thing off. You got the lid. You got Old Glory there. I'm not really sure. So this is the new guy. What I usually do, you're like supposed to put oil on it or something too at the top to like give it a better seal. And I mean, I've got some oil left over on my finger, so yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and work that in nice and deep like. And I mean, come on, I've been changing oil for not many years, so trust me, I know what the hell I'm doing. So I think I just gonna go ahead and do that, and then put that back on there. While I quickly struggle, I'm gonna stop this. Yeah, it was upside down, so that side goes out. If you're watching this, you're probably like, this guy's an idiot, and I am, so that's okay. So yeah, pointy side there. Your black flat, what is that, hexagon? Yep, that goes on that side. And you cast that thing down to hell. Quite hot in here. Good idea to do this really quick after I drove. So yeah, there it is. And then we are going to, I'm not going to tighten it all the way down because I want the oil drain out of this thing. So it's still pretty loose, but next up, oil drain. The trusty pan is already awaiting. All right, as you can tell from the awesome angle, we are underneath drip pan. That's your guide right there. You can tell by the official markings of nothing, but also because it's starting to drip oil. I used the 13mm wrench, and with one hand, I just got it lined up and just started to kind of do like a little test turn, and boom, it started coming. So that's interesting that it's that loose already from the factory. So from experience, this usually protrudes oil like over here because it comes out so damn fast, and this shit's gonna be hot. So I'm gonna burn myself, but I figure unless we get it on camera, it's worth it. What the fuck is that going in? There you go, you bastard. Oh my god, this thing is already freaking hot. Jesus. I'm gonna burn myself so bad. It's a good idea to do this with the camera in your hand. So hot. Want to not touch the hind end. Oh good. Don't be a volcano. Volcano. Fuck. Damn it. Yeah. So yeah, that's cool. That's nice. I'm gonna have to clean that shit up. Fuck. Alright. Whoa. Oh. Hey. Why the fuck are you spraying me? So it's gonna go quick. So we will stop this really quick. So yeah, this is a horrible angle, I know, but there we go. This is the last little drippage. Got my hand next to it, and that was not forgiving. So it's gonna go like that for probably another like 87 minutes. So let it do its thing. Let it officially stop. Take the plug. Tighten it back on there. Get your wrench. Actually tighten it, unlike the people in Auburn Hills or Kentucky or wherever this thing was built, Korea. Tighten it back up. And then we'll clean up that little bugaboo. It's no big deal. It's fine. And then we'll put more oil in it. Yes. All right, so that's just about done. Still doing a little bit of a trickle. So let that keep going. You really want it to be kind of just done. Just barely dripping at that point when you go back. Got some newspaper down there. That'll cover up the spill. Perfect. So here's your cap for this guy right here. OW20 in the house. Put that lid up there. You got your dipstick right here. Let's see if we can do the old YouTube one-man video try here. So, pretty clean. Nothing on there, really. So I'd like to point out how very loose this dipstick is. It's like partially cooked noodles. Unlike other ones I've had that are like rigid as hell. So this thing is back in there, give it the old check. Yeah, not a lot going on in here. Thankfully it's still pretty clean. 7,700 miles on it right now. Just noticed some oil on it, that's cool. I change my oil usually at about 8,000 miles. I don't know why my voice is cracking so bad right now. Probably because it's 8 in the morning. Yeah, 8,000 miles, change the oil. I'm a weird guy. I change the oil filter usually every other oil change. I know some people have an aneurysm over that, but this is my 4th vehicle. 2 of them have been Chrysler, the Jeep included, and then I've had a Chevy and a 1987 Grand Marquis. So out of all of those, I've pretty much done the same thing. Synthetic oil, 8,000 miles, every other oil filter. Yeah, I know, kind of weird. All right, let's fill this bitch up. When you're down underneath your car, you have some pretty intimate times, and good time for reflection. Good time to think about how big of a mess you have to clean up over here that you've just hidden with newspaper. And you've covered yourself in oil and your shirt, which is fantastic. Also, kind of a cool little shout out to BF Goodrich in putting in the Michigan. That's the Lower Peninsula right there. That's pretty sweet. Nice little shout out to the state. That's awesome. Thank you very much. I don't know what that is. That looks like something inappropriate, but that looks like Michigan. So that's what we're going with. All right, well, I'm gonna stand, well, not stand, I'm gonna lay down here and pretend to be working for a little bit longer. All right, so the plug at the bottom has been tightened, good to go. Got funnel right on top. Gonna grab this guy, the chosen one, 5 quarts. Put it right there, and we'll go again when it's going. All right, here we go. So the good thing about getting the one 5-quart jug is obviously it's just one jug, one thing to open. It's kind of nice. The only downfall is that the bottle is kind of obnoxious. It's not the easiest thing to hold. I'm 5'7", so, you know, this isn't the easiest place to reach in the world. Probably could get a step stool, but then I'd feel even worse about myself. So, yeah, Once it gets to halfway, it's easy, but that initial go was a little tough. All right. Ooh. Hey now. Easy funnel. So yes, this is 5 quarts exactly. In case you're skipping around, got this at Costco. It was like $20, $22 for a 2-pack. So 2 oil changes worth, which is kind of insane. We're gonna try it. Never tried Costco oil before, so if my car blows up and is smoldering on the side of the road, I expect no one to pick me up because I deserve it. But could be awesome. And for basically $10 for the oil for this change, not too bad. My Durango is 6 quarts of oil, and it usually costs me about $30, $35. That was a pretty good deal. I remember going to like one of the oil shops in town, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we can do it, you know, $80." Holy God! How many of my kids do you want too? So, yeah, that's what we're trying to avoid with this scenario: is do it yourself during the crisis, the COVID crisis. We're gonna tighten this guy back up a little bit more. Probably help tighten it. Probably one of the most satisfying sounds in the world. Yes. Oh, there it is. Boom, done. So, cap back on, filled with oil, oil filter replaced, oil filter cap back on, tightened for both. Down below, we'll make sure that it's not dripping now that there's oil in. It is tightened down there, but you always want to make sure. What I'm gonna do now, start the car up, make sure that no oil comes shooting out, because that would be a bad day. And then we will be emptying out that oil can underneath there back into that jug, so that I can take that jug and, you know, make Molotov cocktails with it or recycle it. I guess that's probably the right answer, recycle. 15/16 crescent wrench. I don't know why I said crescent wrench, socket wrench. For the oil filter, oil drain plug underneath, 13 millimeters, 5 quarts of oil, and I'd show you the oil filter again. There it is. FF11665, 15,000 mile protection. Weird. I wonder why it's so high. Oh, that's why, because I only changed the oil twice. What? Changed the oil twice and then replaced the filter. That might be something to do with it. But yeah, there we go. Boom, shakalaka. Probably a lot of people out there thought that oil spill was actually CGI, not real. Nope, it was real. No, it was big. Big mess compared to our other random shit in the garage. Yeah, that's gonna be fun cleaning up. That's why you move that drain pan nice and easy back to the flow spot. Remember the trajectory, gotta make sure you account for that. Still always get that messed up. But anyways, pull the Jeep back, checked it for oil drippage, no drippage. Everything looks good back here. Just check the dipstick. Levels look good, everything looks good. So I think we're ready to rock and roll. One other thing I'll show. It's not hard to do anymore because they finally learned how to do it the right way with Jeeps. Oh, hold on. So you can see. Alright. So, when it comes to you got your gauges, your clusters, whatever they call them. Oh, good. Classical. That's probably annoying. All right, cluster, tire pressure, coolant, man, the glare is terrible. Oil, life, this guy. So it's like the 4th or 5th one to the right. You can see when you click over to it, it says hold OK to reset. There's your OK. Holding to reset. Holding to reset. Let's see. Good. Nope. Didn't work. That's good. That's why we're trying it out. Pull locator reset. Engine must be off with ignition and run. WTF, mate? That's what I just did. Yes, let's listen to this obnoxious beeping some more. Okay. Hold OK. Reset. Hey! Motherfucker. Alright, so now you're 100%. Get back to your normal view, which is probably your tire pressure. Boom. Got hot shit in here. We should turn that off. Yeah, there you go. 2019 Jeep Wrangler JLU. Choo. Oil change done. $10 for the oil, 6 or 7 for that filter. Say 20 bucks with tax out the door. Not too bad. That's bad. Fuck.